What if the most dangerous thing in the universe wasn't a monster or a virus or even a god, but an idea? That's the mystery of SCP-001. It's the first file in the Foundation's database. But here's the twist. There's not one SCP-001. There are a dozen different versions, and nobody knows which one is real. Some are beautiful, some are apocalyptic, and some might already be happening right now. Let's go through every major SCP-001 proposal and see which one you'd rather not live through. SCP When Day Breaks. Imagine waking up one morning and the sun itself wants you dead. That's this version of SCP-001, an apocalyptic event where sunlight turns everything alive into melting sludge. Within 24 hours, almost every human on Earth liquefies into sentient piles of horror. The survivors live underground, never seeing daylight again. The melted ones wander the streets, whispering and begging others to come outside. Not out of kindness, but to share their misery. Cryogenic weapons barely slow them down. The only hope is escaping Earth entirely, because once the sun rises, it's already too late. Daylight, humanity's oldest friend, becomes the enemy. SCP-001, the Gate Guardian. Standing over 1,000 feet tall, the Gate Guardian is what angels must look like when heaven gets serious. With up to 108 flaming wings and a sword hotter than the sun, it guards the biblical Garden of Eden. Anyone who ignores its telepathic warning to leave is erased instantly. No time to blink, no ashes left behind. Its aura is so powerful that it inspired the creation of the SCP Foundation itself. But here's the scary part. A message from the future warns that if this guardian ever leaves its post, the apocalypse begins. The Foundation once tried firing a nuke at it. The result? The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. So yeah, maybe don't poke the angel. SCP-001, the prototype. This one's a relic from before the Foundation even had containment classes. Picture a 6-foot gray humanoid with an eyeball inside its mouth that can summon mini black holes just by thinking. It's violent, emotionless, and uses these singularities to teleport or disintegrate anything nearby. It sees humans as food, not threats. Luckily, it hates humidity and flashing lights, which became its weakness. The Foundation captured it early on, but it escaped repeatedly until being killed in 1961, or so they say. Some claim the holes it made in reality still exist, pulsing quietly somewhere, waiting to open again. SCP-001, Lily's Proposal, The World Gone Beautiful. Now this one is tragic in the most peaceful way imaginable. The world gone beautiful isn't a monster. It's the last day of Earth. One morning, every flower on the planet blooms at once, covering the world in color. People suddenly know the world will end in 24 hours, but instead of panic, humanity finds peace. Wars stop, crime disappears. Everyone just accepts it. The Foundation releases every SCP, ends containment, and lets humanity enjoy its final day together. No violence, no fear, just calm, beauty, and closure. The world doesn't end in chaos, it ends in serenity. And that's somehow scarier than destruction, because it's final and there's nothing to fix. SCP-001, the Scarlet King. If pure evil had a name, it'd be this one. The Scarlet King isn't just a monster, he's an idea. The living embodiment of hate, suffering, and everything wrong with humanity. He thrives on pain and hierarchy, getting stronger every time we fight, oppress, or destroy. Some say he was once formless, a curse that became real because too many people believed in him. He represents everything dark in civilization: tyranny, abuse, bloodlines, and the good old days that were anything but. The terrifying part? The more we believe in cruelty and power, the more real he becomes. The Scarlet King doesn't destroy the world by force, he makes us destroy it for him. SCP-001, the Factory. The Factory is industrial hell, a place that runs on human suffering. Founded in 1835 by a man named James Anderson, It used human labor and dark rituals to power machines that created anomalous weapons and artifacts. When the military raided it, they found enslaved workers, mangled bodies, and endless assembly lines. Anderson died, but the factory didn't. Years later, the Foundation made a secret deal with it during a war, trading human lives for supernatural help. Since then, the factory has continued to grow across realities, feeding on pain, building horrors, and whispering in the pipes. It's not just a place, it's the Foundation's original sin. SCP-001 Sheaf of Papers. This proposal is a nightmare for bureaucrats. It's a simple stack of documents that predicts, or creates, every new SCP in existence. Whenever it's read, it generates a report about a new anomaly, always before that SCP is discovered. Which raises a terrifying question: is it predicting the future or writing it into existence? The Foundation can't risk finding out. It's locked away under O5 approval only, sealed in a briefcase that nobody dares open. Because what if you read it out of curiosity and accidentally write the end of the world? SCP-001 Keter Duty. Keter Duty is the Foundation's version of purgatory. It's a sprawling, shifting facility that contains anomalies too dangerous to exist anywhere else. The twist? Each chamber holds two anomalies that cancel each other out. A fire entity is trapped with an ice god, a nightmare spirit with a dream eater. Every room has sacred symbols keeping the balance, and if even one fades, reality starts to crumble. The staff inside can never leave. Their job is to maintain balance until they die, knowing the slightest failure could erase existence. It's the loneliest job in the universe, holding the line between chaos and nothingness. SCP-001, a record, Mary Nakayama. This version isn't a creature at all. It's a document that can rewrite reality. Researcher Mary Nakayama discovered that whatever is written in the SCP-001 database file becomes true. So naturally, she started experimenting and eventually rewrote herself into a godlike being. The Foundation realized too late that they weren't just recording anomalies. They were creating them. This SCP proves that information is power in its purest, most terrifying form. Because if someone types "the world ends tomorrow" into that file, it does. SCP-001, the Black Moon. If the Scarlet King represents hatred, the Black Moon represents oblivion. It's a formless black entity embodying entropy, the unstoppable decay of everything. It exists outside space and time, waiting to swallow all creation. If it enters our universe, it spreads something called the Black Blight, a plague that kills everything it touches. Even gods and anomalies fear it. Some say it's already visible in deep space observatories. A creeping darkness at the edge of reality, watching, waiting, hungering. SCP-001, the Children. This proposal takes the cosmic scale of the SCP universe and brings it terrifyingly close to home. The children are anomalies born directly from the Scarlet King. His daughters, each representing a twisted aspect of humanity. They are both prisoners and keys. The Foundation's job is to keep them from ever meeting their father again. Because if they do, reality itself unravels. This story connects multiple SCPs, showing that containment isn't about cages, it's about preventing family reunions between gods. SCP-001, the database, aka the Administrator's Proposal. So after all those monsters, gods, and apocalypses, what if SCP-001 isn't any of them? What if it's the database itself? This version says SCP-001 is the SCP Foundation's master file, a living archive that creates false entries to hide the real truth. The Administrator, the mysterious person who founded the Foundation, realized that if anyone ever found out what the real SCP-001 was, reality would collapse. So he filled the database with decoys, each one a different terrifying story. Every angel, apocalypse, and world-ending monster you've ever read might just be a smokescreen. The real SCP-001 could be something completely different. Or worse, it could be us, the readers, the ones keeping the story alive. This proposal breaks the fourth wall and turns the SCP Wiki itself into part of the anomaly. It's not just a story, it's a containment system. The database hides the truth by drowning it in fiction, which means every time a new 001 proposal appears, maybe the Foundation's doing its